Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm Eventus, and today we'll be looking at kinds and classification of music. That sounds interesting to you? Join me. Now, let's move. So, today we'll be looking at kinds and classification of music. Have you ever wondered how to classify music based on their genres? Then stay with me as I take you through the kinds and classifications of music. Wow, it's gonna be an interesting journey today as we're looking at the different kinds of music. Music can be divided into genres in various ways, such as popular music, art music, sacred music, art music, as the case may be. Now, the artistic nature of music means that these classifications are often subjective and controversial, and some genres may overlap. So now we're going to be looking at six different kinds of music in our class today. So we're looking at folk music, we're looking at the classical music, we'll be looking at sacred music, also be looking at popular music, also be looking at martial music, and finally we'll be talking about art music. So let's pop in. Folk music. Now the term folk music are like an extension of the term folklore, which was coined in 1846 by the English antiquarian William Storm to describe the tradition, to describe the custom, to describe the superstition of the uncultured religion or classes. Now, folk music or traditional music mirrors the needs, showcase the desires, promotes the likes and also the dislike and the life of the local people. Folk music mostly depicts struggles for survival and culture of a given set of people. Therefore, it is understood that folk music is the music of the people's culture and also of their tradition, which is based on folk tales, stories of the past. So now we're going to move now to the next, which is classical music. Now, classical music is the main form of music, and it refers to mainly the music which prevailed in the world before the 20th century. Classical music is a complex form of music, right? And it requires intensive training and knowledge. Classical music may also refer to the local and folk music of any particular country or region. For example, in the world of the Western music, the works of Joseph Haydn, the works of Adolphus Mozart and Beethoven are defined as classical music. So then it is referred to as the real standard music which developed as a result of education. Let's move over to the next, which is sacred music. Now, sacred it's a separate music, special, holy, set aside music. Sacred means that which is set apart, something special, not in common use. Now, it's the religious music that we use to worship. We use in all different religions to connect with our source or with our creator. That is sacred music. Alright, so musical sacra, therefore, is that music which exists solely for the use within the church and a sacred liturgy. Could be used in the church, in the mosque, in the whatever African religion or any other religion in the world. Special music that is dedicated for the worship of God. Alright, so it's just a religious music mainly used for worship. Good. Now we are going to move over to the next, which is popular music. Now, popular music, pop music. Good. Pop music is a genre of popular music that produces the most hits. Good. Now, a hit is a song that sells many copies, and the latest hits are listed every week on the music chart boards. Now, to get on the charts, a song must be released as a single, although most singles are also released on an album. Songs that become hits almost always share certain features or characteristics that are sometimes called the pop music formula. That is Michael MJ, and I love him. Now, popular music refers to the current music of the present time, the everyday music that circulates everywhere. It is designed for entertainment and for commercial purposes. Join me as we move over to the next, which is martial music. Now, martial music is also referred to as the military music, special genre, special class of music intended for use in the military setting, performed by professional soldiers called field musicians. Now, much of the military music has been composed to announce military events, as with bugle calls and fanfares, or accompaniment marching, or accompanying the marching formation with drum cadences, or kind of mark special occasion as by the military band. So when you hear folk martial music, it is the military music usually played by the army, the air force, the navy, the police, as the case may be. Now we move over to the next, which is the art music. I'm glad you're with me on this. Now, art music is a general term often used to describe thoughtfully cultivated music, particularly in Western society, as in the construct to pop and also of folk music. Art music is a term that encompasses music traditions that apply advanced structural and theoretical consideration with a written musical tradition, which is called the stave. Now, as you can see there, art music is an umbrella term that describes music originating from Western classical music. Okay, so now this is a musical composition of a trained composer whose work has reached an accepted, reasonable standard. So those are the kinds of music. So now we'll be moving over to the part 2 of our lesson, which has to do with classification of music. Now, music has been classified into 3 main groups, which are the vocal music, instrumental music, and the dance music. Vocal music, instrumental music, dance music. So the very first we'll be looking at gonna be on the vocal music. Now, vocal music is music that uses, or the emphasis is placed on the human voice. Now, sometimes instruments could be used, but the voice is the most important predominated factor in vocal music. Vocal music is the opposite of instrumental music, which uses any combination of instruments, which could be the strings, the woodwind, the brass percussion, usually without the human voice. That's an instrumental music. What then really is the goal for instrumental music? We are going to jump into the pros of vocal music after now, but let's see what we have on the screen. Vocal music is any music with vocals or singing. That means the song has someone singing the lyrics out loud as opposed to just using a musical instrument. So we can say it's a musical composition for the voice only, but sometimes there could be an instrument accompanying the song. So what are the pros of a vocal music? Now let's look at the benefits and the drawbacks of vocal music, what we can derive from the vocal music. Okay, now in vocal music, people can sing along to the music. Very important. 2. The music can be more catchy as repetitive lyrics can make them more memorable. Okay, that's why after now we can still sing the lyrics because there's memory created from vocal music. Number 3, vocal music is live act that energizes an audience. Number 4, people will more likely to be able to remember the name of the song and then come back to it. Number 5, vocal music has a more psychological connection with an audience. 6, vocal music contains lyrics that can be more easily understood by the listener. And finally, number 7, vocal music can be quite challenging to perform due to the need of extreme precision in breathing and in pitches. Therefore, it is great to listen to it. That's vocal music. So let's quickly jump now to instrumental music. Alright, now instrumental music is any music that does not require lyrics or words, no singing. The musical composition for instruments only. So only musical instruments are required. It could be any instrument at all. So that's for instrumental music designed purely for instruments. So instrumental music program can enable students to grow academically. I'm sure you know that. Let me say it again. Instrumental music program can enable students to grow academically while also developing their fine motor control and social abilities that will make them an active, responsible members of the society. Instrumental music can also enable the student to experience the creative aspects of his life, of creative process. Now let's see some of the pros of instrumental music. It can be very smoothing to listen to. Wow, very nice. Now if you play an instrument, you will likely enjoy it than just listening to it. Number 3, many people find it easier to play an instrument than to sing. Number 4, instrumental music tends to be more universally accepted, making it easier for listeners of different background or culture to enjoy. Number 5, it can be less distracting when working or studying. 6, you can make up your own music, your own lyrics from the sound you are hearing. And finally, it can calm people down and keep stress level low. Awesome. Finally, in our class today, we'll be looking at dance music. Dance music is music composed specially to facilitate or accommodate dancing. It can be either a whole musical piece or part of a larger musical arrangement. Good. Now, do you know music and dance engages the brain? Awesome. Now let me tell you how. Music and dance engages the brain. Children learn new things like sound, words, and patterns through music. And with dance, they can explore and control their body movements. These activities are great for development and also to stimulate connections in the growing brain. Wow, very interesting. Now, dance music is designed for body expression, like I have said. So in most cases, dance music involves vocal, it could involve singing, instrumental works, and costume. That's for the dance music. So at this point in time, I want to say thank you for being with me today. Thank you very much. God bless you. See you next time in our class. I remain Eventus from Music and Sound Hub.